Hello again. So a new video, and today is I'm responding to Glenn Calloway, who did the started the CD tag, and a couple of videos ago, I did the vinyl tag, and that was a lot of fun. It always is. I like the random, variety of questions that people pose. So this time Glenn did that, which is cool, and yeah, so I thought I'd participate because I've been a big music guy and really a big CD guy over the years as well as vinyl. So, it's all music to me, and it's all part of the bigger, wider music collection that we all tend to have. So I wanted to participate in this. The questions are kind of fun, and there's not very many of them, so it doesn't take forever. So yeah, let's do this. I wanted to do my part to participate in the CD tag going around right now, so that's what I'm doing. First question is, when did you get your first CD player? Hard to pinpoint for me at my age. I want to say 1990. I remember I bought my stereo, first real good stereo system from Bay Blue Radio in Toronto, and I kind of think that my first CD player was part of that original stereo, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case. And then after that got done in because overused, I bought I think it was a Marantz 5-disc player, and that was my original was a Denon, I think. Anyways, yeah. So since then, now I have a Yamaha CD player in my stereo, but I think I can think back around 1990. What's the first CD you ever bought? Again, pretty hard for me to remember back to that, but I was collecting vinyl records as a young guy, and then CDs started taking off, and I got interested in that. And I'm gonna say, if it wasn't the first, it's one of the first. This cool double CD set of New Order's Substance. It's 1987. And I think that would have been one of the early ones that I would have got for sure. When I switched my attention to this kind of brand of music and CDs, that would have been one of the early ones. Next question is, most recent CD. Well, I tend to buy things in clusters, and I've been buying quite a few records lately. But I did a month ago, maybe or so. I went out and I bought a few CDs together, and this was one of them, The Doors, the best of, and yeah, real cool double CD, and great price. I didn't have any Doors in my collection, so this has got all the stuff that you need, all the really good stuff. Really nice set too. It's a double CD set, and it's got some really nice CDs. They're beautiful, really nice, and this Doors would have been one of more, that was in my collection of recent CDs that I bought. Okay, next question is, how many CDs do you have? I've got about approximately 350 CDs, 340 CDs. Not buying as many, really been buying a lot of vinyl in the last while, and but I'm starting to think that I'll probably be buying quite a bit of CDs in the future. I think CDs are coming back. You watch, for a while there, it was a little bit more, not difficult, but you had to go out of your way to get CDs, but because I don't order online very much, I go to shops. But, CDs I think are taking a bounce back, and that suits me. I like CDs, they're good. I wear glasses, and everything's smaller on a CD, the print, the artwork, so that's a bit of a pain at times, but CDs are still cool. So yeah, the next question is, what do you prefer, jewel cases or digipacks? Personally, I like jewel cases. So, I like the straightforward jewel case. And there's reasons why. I mean, yes, they do break off. The plastic breaks off. The teeth that hold the CDs can break off. That's true. But I like the simplicity of getting the covers out. You can pull the cover out real fast. You can slide the cover back in. I like keeping my stuff in really good shape. It holds the CD. You can grab the CD out once you get them out the first time. So I prefer jewel cases. These digipacks, you know, if you're talking about, I guess, the cardboard type of things, there's a variety of different looks to a digipack. Like this is a simple one, this Coldplay record. It's a simple one, but you know, I like to keep my stuff in good shape. And here's an example. You know, why I don't like the digipacks as much is that they are cardboard and they wear fast. And you know, it's even worse when they start doing this kind of trick where they make them a little bit bigger than a common jewel case. So sliding them in and out of your CD holder spots, they get scuffed up. And also trying to grab the CDs out of these things is difficult because sometimes they're in inner liners like this, almost like an album would be. And then other times they're not, and they're tucked in where you gotta sort of try to slide them out. I like the simplicity of the jewel case. All right, best CD of 2024. And this was like fairly early in the year, and gift from Kara, a very nice gift, and it's a really nice package, beautiful booklet type thing, and it is Judas Priest's Invincible Shield. That is what I would say is my favorite new album on CD in my collection this year. Great album, fantastic for a band that's been around forever and still making great stuff. So Judas Priest's Invincible Shield. Next question is, show a live CD that you have from your collection. So I've got some for sure, but this one has always been a favorite of mine. Great band, Our Lady Peace live, and it's a really great live performance. You know, I love, you know, most of my CDs I really enjoy in the car a lot. You know, that's where you get to really rip them loud, and it's fun. I played this the other day, just going to work, and it's a really good live album, and it's funny. It's got this a bunch of moments in this live Our Lady Peace with Rain Maida, the singer, and he's doing this kind of cheesy comments about the crowd and their friends and all this kind of stuff. But the sound of this is wicked, and Rain's voice, that rich, deep voice, is just so good in this on this album. So that's my choice here. OLP live. Best sounding CD in your collection. Well, a lot of CDs sound really great. I mean, most still do, even when you've had them a while. Different than vinyl records, the sound for sure. But you know what? CDs sound great to me, and on my my system and with my Yamaha player, I think they sound amazing. And this band I could have picked a couple from, but I picked this particular album, Wake Up and Smell the Coffee, the Cranberries, a band that I really liked a lot, one of my faves from the 90s and early 2000s. And, you know, Bury the Hatchet was a candidate, but I think this particular album sounds really good. It's bright, it's amazing, Dolores' voice. But this is a band that really, they weren't a complicated band necessarily musicianship-wise, but they always sounded really good in the studio, really good stuff, and this is a particularly good sounding record. Wake Up and Smell the Coffee, the Cranberries. Okay, fave CD cover. I was struggling bouncing around because a lot of CD covers are cool and just like album covers, but this one has been in my collection a while, and yeah, pretty obvious to me. Van Halen, Best of Both Worlds. I mean, look at that cover. It is got this little, you know, it's kind of embossed. It sticks up the texture of it, but I mean, it's Eddie. It's Eddie's guitar. That's what it is. So that's a pretty cool cover, and you certainly know what this album and CD is all about. That's for sure. It's great. Okay, CD box set. Guess what? I don't really own a CD box set. I was like, I don't really think I have anything. I have these two specialty sets that I got from the Tragically Hip. This is one that features your favorites CDs in here and some DVDs. And there's this Tragically Hip Fully Completely set with remaster of the album and live version of the album, which is cool. But that's the extent of my box sets, you know, the hip stuff. I've also got a big Tragically Hip collection box set, but it's not a it's not just CDs, it's live shows. So yeah, okay. CD of your fave band. Well, I mean, I've got a bunch of favorite bands, but the one that I thought of right away is this cool, unique Rush CD. It's like an EP. There's 8 songs on it, and it's called Feedback, and it's really unique. This is a cool album that Rush did, and it's all songs that they first grew up playing when they first, you know, were learning the ropes. It's a really cool CD. They were learning the ropes, and these are songs from bands like Cream, The Who, bands like that they recreated some songs Rush did, and they covered these songs on this record. It's pretty cool, and I've had it quite a while. It's a pretty unique and cool little record for sure. So Rush, Feedback. Most CDs of any artist in your collection. Well, the Hip. I'm a big Tragically Hip fan, and have all the Hip records. I've got a couple of vinyl records collections of the Hip, but all of my Hip albums, studio albums, all of them, all these cool Tragically Hip records, they all are in my collection in format of CDs. And the reason is that when I was collecting CDs, we're at the height of you know, when the Hip were huge, and I was really into them. So I'm the type, I got my styles of things and I stick with it, discipline. And once I started buying CDs for the Hip, that's what I kept doing. So I have all the Hip records on CD, and so the Hip, I have the most stuff in CD form of the Hip. Okay, let's see here. Question is, do you collect CD and vinyl? Yes, I actually have very, very close to the same number, not really on purpose, but very close to the same number of items in both CD and on vinyl. It's funny, lately I've been really buying a lot of vinyl because vinyl's been, but I'm noticing, you know, I've said this before, but the cost of vinyl just keeps going up and up and up. And, you know, it's going to force us back to the CD world. Although I still do like going out and looking at CDs. I don't tend to buy as many new releases on CD. I tend to get newer stuff on vinyl. But yeah, I collect both. Almost right down the center, have the same amount of each, maybe a little bit more vinyl these days. Have you ever sold your vinyl collection? No. As I've said, like many people I've watched in the vinyl community here, you know, I'm of that age too, where I had a lot of vinyl from when I was really young, kind of got distracted with growing up, and then the CD craze happened, and I bought a ton of stuff on CD, you know, and then I thought, oh, if I could, I started buying some records that I had on CD, and then I stopped that completely. I went cold about that, and I decided a long time ago that anything I have on CD, I'm not buying on vinyl, and anything I have on vinyl, I'm not buying on CD. Why duplicate the format? Because I like both formats. So I'm sticking with that, and therefore my collection is growing as far as choices to listen to. So there you go. Okay, last question is a CD to suggest to people to check out. Well, not really unknown by any stretch. I'm in Canada here, so, you know, if you're not from here, he's maybe not as popular, perhaps, but he's still a pretty big artist. He's easily my favorite solo artist, and that's City and Colour, Dallas Green. And his last or most recent record, The Love Still Held Me Near, is an amazing, amazing record. If you don't know it yet, you haven't checked it out, or maybe you've heard a couple of the singles, but you don't know the album, I would encourage you to check this album out. It's absolutely beautiful, amazing. His voice is just outstanding. And amazing songs, a great band that he's got with him. I mean, even the last song, Begin Again, this record is a reaction to one of his band supporters that was close to the band suddenly died, and he really felt it, and this entire album is a reaction to that. And the last song, Begin Again, is specifically related to the death of his friend. And with what's going on in this in North America with the wildfires and stuff, that song is very poignant. So, you know, it could be even used, you know, as solace for when you're thinking about that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I would encourage you to check this record out. It's his most recent. All of his discography is great, but this record is particularly very good. So I would encourage that. And I just wanted to say that with the you know, the wildfires in LA, and you know, here we are, here I am playing with my CDs and playing with my records, and we play with our things. And whether you're a collector of records or vinyl or CDs or artwork or books or whatever, you know, you can't help but think about those folks that lost their homes and all those items. And the truth is, that's what they are. They're just items. This is all just items. They're items that you collect and you have fun with, but showing it off to people that are watching these videos and talking about them is the fun part. So that's why I think it's fun, and I'm happy to do this and to share some of this stuff, talk about it, have some fun with it. So all the best. I think I'm going to keep that theme going. And the next video I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight some of the cool, I don't have a ton. I don't have, like some people probably collect that stuff. I don't have a ton, but I have many cool rock documentaries. So I'm going to pull some of them out and use them as a reason to talk about them and the bands connected to them. So might be my next video, kind of fun topic. And yeah, thanks for checking in with me. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And all the best to you guys, and stay well, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.